Hello and welcome to Downtime Activities, and welcome to something new and different. We are starting a two-player Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough. It's going to be Will and I. We're going to design our own characters, get a couple NPCs, and go into the world of Baldur's Gate 3. To be totally transparent, we've both played a little bit of this game. I think you've
a,
seen
a little bit of this game.
I've played a lot of the first act of this game, and a very little bit outside of that, because as you know, as is tradition with us, I'm somebody, and you are this way too, who loves to make characters, and so I just keep
Mhm.
making new characters instead of really getting into the nitty gritty of the story. That being said, we're going to try and take this all the way through, do a two-player playthrough of the game. We're going to try and make it a fairly role-play heavy version, not
At least as
necessarily
far as decision
decisions.
making and
Yeah.
stuff, yeah.
We probably won't do too many. I mean, we might have some wacky voices back and forth at each other as we make bad decisions, but it's mostly going to be we're going to be playing the characters we're playing and making decisions as them, not just trying to make optimal decisions. And along with that, we are going to live with the decisions we make and not try and do a bunch of save scumming and stuff like that. I'm going to go ahead and launch us in here, and we'll try our best not to talk over cutscenes and stuff and let them kind of play out for anyone who hasn't seen them before.
It is also worth mentioning, as we're kind of loading in here, that we will. We just know enough about this game that there's going to be some optimal decision making.
Early on, at the
like,
very least.
unfortunately, that's just going to be unavoidable. But
Yeah. Oof.
I never noticed that before that those things they made them like faintly translucent.
Yeah.
Um, it's just kind of extra gross, I guess.
Extra special gross. I think we're both going to be doing custom origins here. I know that we're both people who like to make our own characters. The origin characters are sweet. I definitely want to do a Dark Urge playthrough at some point because I think it's really neat and interesting. But I'm going to be making my own character. And I guess we can kind of talk a little bit about what we're thinking. I'm planning on playing a half-orc druid, specifically going into the Circle of Spores, hanging out with the fungus among us. And what are you kind of thinking as of right now, Will?
I'm leaning leaning towards a multi-class, I guess, which isn't surprising for me. And even less surprising is multi-classing into rogue. But I'm planning on kind of probably at least bard and rogue subclass. I may end up dipping into other stuff because I kind of want to do a duelist character and just like maximize melee attacks and stuff, and maybe not maximize because you being you've been doing the math, and um,
If people are interested, go ahead and drop a comment. I might make a video just going over how to make 9 attacks in a single round as a character, because that's a fun thought experiment that I went down the rabbit hole and did.
so here's one thing that I like about the something with the Dragonborn character creation in this game that I've noticed is like, I mean, you can obviously like the sub race that you choose changes what damage you do and what like elements you're resistant to, but then in the character creation you can just change what color Dragonborn you are anyway, which is why I will probably breathe fire, but as a different color Dragonborn, because I like dragons that breathe fire.
Fair enough. Fair enough. They do give a lot of sweet customization options for the Dragonborn. They're pretty cool. So I'm going with a super high wisdom build because that's what you should do.
Mage Hand or Vicious Mockery?
I mean, you're going to probably be using ranged weapons, so maybe Vicious Mockery won't be as...
I mean, I'll probably mix... I mean, I'll probably kind of mix it, but... Like, Vicious Mockery is nice if you have to deal magic damage. It also has disadvantage on its next attack roll, which is nice. But Mage Hand lets you, like, disarm traps and stuff from a distance, which could be good if we're not save scumming.
That could be helpful, definitely. I'm going to be doing Shillelagh because I kind of want to be a frontliner for our group. One of the frontliners, probably once we get all our NPCs. But I don't want to have to be good at too many different abilities. So I'm going to have a decently high dex just for some armor class and medium armor. But I'm just going to try and max out wisdom and use the Shillelagh cantrip for melee attacks. And then I'm taking guidance as the second one because it's my favorite spell of all time and is very good.
I guess if you're playing a druid, you'll probably have some way of speaking with animals, so I probably don't need to worry about it.
I can just like change the spells I have prepared and choose to you can do that very easily in this game. So I can just throw on speak with animals if we need it. We
need scratch.
You have to get scratch. Best play.
We need scratch.
I saw something. You know I mean, spoiler alert for some people watching. There's definitely an owlbear cub that exists somewhere in the world. There is a way to get the owlbear cub to also be like a pet in your camp, and apparently, if you get both of them, they become best friends. So nice. I feel like that's something we should do.
Well, I actually haven't been in the owlbear cave at all.
Okay. So
we just walked past it in our other game. So
it's hard. You like kind of have to be good at communicating with animals and stuff, but you can convince the big owlbear to not kill you. But I guess if you go back later, big bad mean goblins have maybe dealt with owlbear mom, and the owlbear cub's nowhere to be found, and then you can find the owlbear cub in the goblin camp later on, and like
interesting.
And, like,
so you have kind of a limited window to hit that.
You have to like go to the cave first and like not go to the I don't know exactly. I didn't like go into detail on it, but it's something we should maybe try and stumble into doing because I, as a druid, am all about animal friendships. I think that's a worthwhile use of our resources. But yeah, so I can change my spells whenever I feel like it, pretty much. So I'm just going to get a kind of array of spells that I think are good to start. I'm going to typically keep Longstrider because I can just ritual cast it, and as long as I keep it on my bar, I'll just always be moving 3 meters more without spending a spell slot. I just have to have it as one of my prepared spells, and that feels really good for someone who's trying to rush up into the front line. Here's a good question. Do I go with the Outlander or the Folk Hero background? Outlander, the difference is animal handling versus athletics. And I think I want to do Folk Hero for animal handling because I'm going to be so wise and I'm not going to be very strong.
And I mean, I think animal handling makes sense for a druid anyway.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. And again, I'm not really going the traditional druid, the kind of classic lover of nature. I'm going for the fungal druid, but should still be
you hippie.
I'm not a hippie. I've got an infection. And I think my character's gender identity will be non-binary because while the character would probably identify as male, there are more than one entity that cohabits the body. So I think non-binary makes more sense.
What was that? Hells. Something just woke up down here. Be wary.
More of those wretched things. There's magic keeping this chest sealed.
I think that voice
feel its aura.
I kind of want to do this scar style. And I
Let's
wanted
make
to
sure
do
I
kind of like
have-
this tone, yeah. I'm going with kind of like a gray toned orc because I feel like this orc is probably like born and raised in a cave. It's more of like a cave orc than a forest orc. So I think the kind of gray skin tone makes more sense. I'm not going to do any tattoos.
I can't. I guess starting rogue would give me one extra skill over bard. So maybe that is not a bad idea. I mean, sheesh, we'll hit level 2 by the time we're out of the Nautiloid anyway, so it's not like I will be without the other class for very long, no matter what I choose. But
Ooh, that's actually something.
the extra skill is not is necessarily bad. But then again, I'm a bard. I'm okay at everything. It will be interesting to see if I multi-class into bard, if it just starts me with an instrument.
I don't know if it will. I mean, are you going to take performance proficiency?
Yeah, I'm doing the entertainer background,
Okay, cool.
which will just give me acrobatics and performance. Maybe start with persuasion instead of stealth. Expertise, sleight of hand, and persuasion.
Let me just go with that. No makeup. Hair. I want to do this hair. Do a bit of graying. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Back here, I think. Probably not going to do any piercings on this character.
All the piercings. That is one thing. The Dragonborn piercings, they're different than a lot of the other like like if you're playing a half elf or something like that, like the options are different, even though they're like named the same, but it's like kind of their placement's different. It's just they're just not quite as I don't think they look quite as good, but
So I'll take a quick peek through and see if I want any piercings. With the hair-beard combination I have, it's not super relevant.
also one of the Dragonborn customization options is straight up a Predator reference. It's called Predacious Crest, and it's kind of like the top part of a Predator helmet and the dreadlocks. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, I think my hair is going to cover up my ears, so unless I want like a bull nose ring, which I don't particularly want, I think that's what it's going to be.
I like that. That looks a little more felt.
Let's make sure I like this eye situation I'm rocking here.
I feel like if I'm going to play if I'm at least, even if I'm just multi-classing into Bard, I need piercings.
You do have to have some fancy bard piercings, probably. It's kind of interesting. His eyes are like an inverse of each other in that one.
I love any game with character customization that lets you go with a heterochromia option. I almost always take it.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty clever.
I like it so much.
I like the idea of one of my character's eyes being kind of off and different as part of like that being where the like fungus infestation is. I think that's kind of neat.
So he has a bad case of pink eye, is what you're telling me.
Well, maybe more like white eye. Could go for more of like a solid black on one of his eyes, which is pretty creepy. I kind of like doing it this way and having one eye essentially being the inverse of the other eye. I think this is definitely the hair beard combo I want, unless I want to go real crazy old man on the mountain with the beard. But I think this is plenty. I think that looks better with the hair. Awesome. Folk hero. Those will be my spells. Let's see what skills I'm going to go with. So as an orc, I just get intimidation, which I probably won't be doing a ton of the talking anyways, but it's good to know I have that if I want it. I'm going to be very good at survival, animal handling. I don't know if I'm going to take nature, because I'm going to not be an intelligent character. I might just take perception and insight, and just really load up on the wisdom skills.
Yeah, I don't have perception at the very least.
Because I feel like we were talking a little bit earlier about, like, I'll be very good at perception, but we were talking about, like, which characters we want to have as, like, companions and stuff. And I think Gale is kind of a front runner as one of them, at least.
Mm-hmm.
And we could kind of have him he'll be very intelligent as a wizard. We can have him have, like, Arcana and History or whatever else. Kind of use
and it's,
to have those
you know,
skills.
and hitting 4th level with Gale in the party, it's worth leveling up his intelligence just for... I think intelligence is at a 17 as well, and he might have another like con at like an odd number, so you can
And
just
we
like
can always pay to
put
have
+1s in both
him
those.
get restatted too if there's something we want to adjust.
Yeah, I mean, I think they did a pretty good job statting the base NPCs.
I think so. If you're not trying to go for like hyper optimal builds with them, I think that they've got a pretty good like distribution of their stats in a way that like makes sense for the character.
Yeah, I've got acrobatics, sleight of hand, stealth, deception, performance, and persuasion.
I think that'll be a good spread. If we really need to intimidate somebody, I mean, I'm proficient in it. You'll probably still just be better at it.
I've got a +2 in it currently.
Yeah. So I think we'll have the same plus to it. Because I'm proficient and you're just charismatic.
Could boost. I'm actually gonna drop that and do.
And then
I don't know if I can.
we'll probably have like I think probably Karlak is going to be the final other companion. Maybe Lae'zel or something else, but someone else to kind of be a frontline person for us. They can be pretty strong. And then I feel like we've got a good spread of abilities between strength and dex for different skills and strength for bashing stuff open or pushing people off of things or into things. That is one reason why I'm like kind of tempted to take athletics over the animal handling.
No, I totally understand, and that's why it's like part of me is like I kind of want to do a duelist character, but do I want to do a strength based character just for the like shoving people into holes or off of boats or
or
stuff like that?
But I can also take Thunderwave, and I have that as one of my prepared spells, so I can always use that to try and yeet people, as it were.
I'm gonna end up with an odd skill here. I don't think there's any way around that.
I tried to end with 2 odds so I could just use
Right.
an ability score improvement.
I
for
was
both.
just trying to get Dex and Charisma to 16. So it that left me with like
I think I will do that darker charcoal look.
that character name is too long. Well, there goes my entire character concept.
I think that is what we're going to go for my name. It is certainly not too long. This will just be a first name. No titles.
But I feel like if I leave it without the title, the name's not as good and it's just too close to an NPC name.
You need a guardian. Choose one.
What kind of guardian should I have? What race would you say is the most fungal?
I don't know.
Githyanki are kind of like frogs. That's kind of swampy, right? I think I'll just do... I feel like I tend to just do, like, whatever character I'm playing, I tend to just do the opposite gender or, like, body type of the same race as their guardian. And that... I might just go for that. I feel like that'll be fine. Scar you up a little bit. Gotta be a warrior.
I'm gonna stick with this name. We probably won't have this NPC in our party all that often. At least once we get up to Karlak.
Yeah.
So
that NPC is kind of has to be in your party essentially early on, but not much longer. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
this will be funny. This character will be probably half my height.
Do I give this lady orc a mustache?
That is an option you have.
Certainly something I could do. I think we'll go no beard. Pretty cool.
Here's a tip, by the way, if you want, like, because the default, like, black hair option isn't all that dark. If you go to the graying option, make that black, and then bring it up, the slider up to 100%, it makes your, it makes it much darker.
Interesting.
You can also get away with that
That's
a
a good
little bit
little
with,
trick.
like, brown and stuff. But
Um,
can you tell I've made multiple characters?
spent a long time in character creation and wanted a character that actually had black hair. My character's hair is... How would I describe my guardian's hair? I would describe it as Candy Cane Ragnar. That is what I would describe my guardian's hair as. Candy
Weird.
Cane Ragnar. I am ready to venture forth. Are you ventured forth already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
why we're
it's-
getting
alright.
cutscene.
I assume
Because it just, otherwise it just takes you to a
menu.
holding, puts you in a holding pattern.
Such a good cinematic. Oh, there's still a bit more.
Unfortunately, all I could think of for most of that cinematic was the fact that I didn't pick my character's voice, so I have no idea what I'm going to sound like.
Well, you'll just have like the default voice 1 probably, or voice 2 if you did a female character, I think. I don't know if it's.
I really thought the Baldur's Gate 3 title was going to show up here.
In the Infernal War Machines.
Is that because I know like you can Withers can respec your character? Does that let you like recreate your character, or is it just spec?
No, it just like resets you to level 0. It doesn't change your race option or any of that customization. Well, as is tradition, we must walk over to each other and see what each other looks like. So I can do this too. Ooh, I like your eyes. Those are cool.
You are definitely a grungy old man.
That I am. As any
Chip.
good... I'm a grungy old man who's about to get an interstellar fungal infection.
Ship teleports through the realms, kidnapped by mind flayers, crashes in the hells. Only survivors, me and this grungy old man. Just my luck.
I may be a grungy old man, but I'm a grungy old man who can hit you with his cane really hard. What? Oh my god, the fucking pathing in this game sometimes. I must have accidentally clicked on the wall.
That's why I use the controller. If I walk through fire, it's intentional.
It's on you. Luckily, there's a healing item here for just that reason. Let's take a look at this nursery, huh?
This is the pool that thing came from. The parasite now
I-
writhing.
You could just use
behind
the
your
healing
eye.
pod thing over there. Or you don't have to. Please don't tell me you're gonna go full. Don't eat all the brain worms, please.
You see, I don't know. That's a
The
decision I'm
casing
gonna
is
have to make.
fragile.
Is this the kind of character?
Slightest touch could cause it to crumble.
I'm gonna crumble this thing because I don't want any of these things surviving. Nasty bugs. Sorry. Now we both took some damage. Hooray!
Daesh, I'm resistant to fire damage. It would have tried to deal 4.
What is that? I have to decide if this is the kind of character who would give into that, or like he sees. I think Lurgrim sees the fungus inside of him. Like it's a cohabiting the same shell, but it's like it's not a parasitic relationship, right? Like it's theoretically both are assisting each other. It's a what's the word I'm looking for?
Symbiotic.
Symbiotic. Like they are symbiotes with each other, not opposing individuals. He might not see the brain slug in the same light, though. I will listen in on your dialogue here.
I'm realizing that I'm going to be too tall for a lot of cutscenes.
We are doing an orc
Exact-
and a dragonborn, so we both I think are just required to do the bigger body type.
Quivers in
It's the exact opposite of the problem I have in our 4-player game, which is I'm too short for most cutscenes.
Your dragonborn is shockingly similar looking to the one I made them playing in Matty G and my like 2-person game. I did a very similar Dragonborn, just with red eyes and red detailing, but pretty much the same.
That would be cool.
The same like head type as the one you went with, like hair.
I just
type or
like
whatever.
the straight dark black with the like flame blue eyes.
Yeah,
From the skull.
those were super cool.
But you notice an opportunity. You could cripple the strange creature, making it more subservient, should it prove a threat.
It doesn't seem like an evil thing. My opinion is to not.
It's
be
just a
going-
little. It's just a little brain.
Yeah. It's here to help, I'm sure.
Why did they make them so wet?
Why do they make us walk through sphincters? Because they want to gross us out, Will.
Eyes seizes in
They
recognition.
want us to be grossed out. It's their goal and they succeeded.
At the helm, we are needed.
Those eyes are super sweet with like the...
Okay.
Pitch black
What
scales.
the hell?
As though querying
Especially since this is kind of a darker area, it's just like the eyes stand out so much.
We will not survive here. We are needed to navigate. We are needed to leave this realm.
Okay, brainchild. Let's go.
To the helm we go. We are going to the helm.
God, they make it hard for you to... Like, how do they make it adorable and disgusting at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive. My only sadness with you playing a rogue to start instead of a bard to start is you don't have a majestic pose.
I know. I'm interested to see when I multi-class into bard if it just gives me an instrument or if then we have to go find one. So I don't remember where the violin is.
I know where we can
You,
get a
you are the orc version of Robin Williams' character in Jumanji.
your head drops and your skin
Damn it, you're right. I can't boo you, you're right.
a dragon swing, a silver sword.
It's not really showing it here
and a
because I'm
flash
closing my
in
eyes, but I do
face
like the way
seen
his
through the
eyes are
spring
set up.
woman's eyes.
Because the left eye is essentially the inverse of the right, with black and white.
Well, that's one of the other things that I really liked that the game did was with the eyes. Really most of the like color options and stuff. You just have the option to click the like, you know, because it tries to limit the default eye options by like the race of character that you're playing. But you can also just turn that off and get access to all
To
of them.
all of them. Yeah. What do you suggest,
We
Lizzo?
exterminate the imps. Then we find the helm and take control of the ship. We will address the matter of a cure for this infection once we reach the material plane.
Alright, fair enough. Let's kill some imps.
All right, us go over there and kill this imp.
Let's get this over with.
Hey.
I am fury.
Stop there.
I am death.
She can move like 9 normally.
My path
6.
is true.
And she could
I
jump
have it right.
further. Oh, can she jump next to it? Oh my gosh, she got hops for days. Dang.
I don't have a ranged weapon equipped, so I'll just stay back here.
We'll let Lae'zel take this attack. Missed anyways. Can I get... Oh, I didn't ever cast Longstrider. I probably could have walked up to him if I cast Longstrider. I'm not gonna
Come on,
use
that's
a spell
charge.
slot.
Can you carry me?
Time to strike. This is your end.
There we go.
Any need for a hand axe?
No, I don't. Well, you could send it to Lae'zel. Do you want this light crossbow so you have a ranged
Sure.
weapon? Yeah, no, you could send it to Lae'zel because she could throw it. And there's 2 light crossbows. Am I proficient in those? I'm not as a druid.
Let's have a look.
What I'm really looking to find at the moment is a shield.
Gods are watching me.
you search this in? I might have. It's just another crossbow, anyways.
Sometimes there's a guy, one of these bodies will have a rapier, but
Too late.
It's kind of
simple robe.
short sword, short bow. Oh, short sword you could dual wield with, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty sweet.
I'll just take everything. We can always sell it later.
Yeah. Early on, hey, this guy's the same haircut as me.
That's why he
Jacking-
died.
Wow, how dare you?
I just implied that you killed him.
Oh, can't be jacking my style. Opening another sphincter.
These short swords really do look like short swords on this character.
Make no sense of it.
Oh,
That one says unleash.
Can't read the script.
Can't figure out that one.
I'll try that one.
Aggression.
Aggression. And
Annihilate.
well, perhaps we should just release them then. Oh, did you annihilate? You annihilated, didn't you?
Safer that way. Hello, madam.
Oh. Listen in on your talk.
What are you waiting for? Get the plastic tube open! Try that contraption next to the pod. They did something to it when they sealed me in. Hurry! Please!
I loved coming through as a barbarian because you can just rip the top off of the pod to let her out.
Which is such a barbarian move.
Puzzles are for
A
nerds.
dazed woman is trapped inside the pod. She doesn't notice you.
Well, I wonder what happens if you push that button.
I don't know. Let's see what the sign says.
Perfect. A rune.
That doesn't sound good.
Perfect? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I got the sigil. I'm gonna send the sigil to you. Let you open her pod. I don't know. I might have to go into the menu and like bind her to you anyways, so that we can each be in control of one of the peeps. But perhaps if you're the
Stuck it in
person
the
who
console,
does it,
shaped like the
you
rune
talk
you
to
found.
her.
The console.
Insert it.
The console hums to life.
Touch it.
Suddenly, you feel a hideous squirming in your head. A parasite. Then discomfort fades, and another sensation washes over you. Connection. Authority.
Will the pot do?
Oh, I mean it's an illithid wisdom. When you're doing rolls, give me a second to give you guidance.
You feel the
I mean, the DC was
biomechanical
2.
brain of
Yeah,
the console
that's one that you just
process
auto
your
succeed
command,
unless you crit
Right.
fail,
and yield to it.
which I did do
A
once
shiver runs across your mind.
in the playthrough. I did crit fail that, and it just doesn't let you open it. But then you can just have Lae'zel try, and unless you both crit fail it, then you can let her out.
At last. Thought I was done for. I thought that damn thing was going to be my coffin. Thank you.
Your mind lurches into her thoughts. You feel her gratitude, but also guardedness. And above all, a will to survive.
My head. Trust me, I'll keep up. Shadowheart.
We have surprisingly similar names, madam. Perhaps it is fate for us to meet like this in a illithid ship in the hells. I'm gonna stop talking now. Let's go.
There's no time to spare.
Come on, time to
Lead the way.
Huzzah! Let's
companion
use this thing
get?
for no good reason. Oh boy, we're
Mostly
deal.
just because it's there.
Oh, not that. We gotta go through the sphincter. The closed sphincter. I'm going the wrong way.
Yeah, that sphincter's open, which means we've already been here. We leave nothing but open sphincters in our
In our
In our
wake.
wake.
Ugh. I mean, yeah,
We're nearing
I
the
guess.
Once inside, do as I say.
Okay, Lae'zel. If by that you mean try and kill this guy for his sweet sword, then oh my god.
Not now. We must go to the
That's never gonna stop being funny to me, old man.
Everyone's pathing into the fire. Get out of there, Shadowheart, quickly. Dear God. Into the sphincter. I need to remember to not just leave my mouse in the center of the screen during cinematics. So I have a gauntlet picking the nose of the Mind Flayer as he gets murdered by imps.
Connect the nerves of the transponder. We must escape. Now.
I am
Do
no
it.
thrall.
We will deal with the Geich after we escape.
Connect the nerves. Nerves. We will connect them.
I think we absolutely go for the kill on this guy, right?
Oh, absolutely. Okay, apparently can't quite get up to this guy to hit, but I'm gonna...
Nice. Good shit, Lae'zel. Oh, I forgot to cast Longstrider on myself again. It's free. I need to
shouldn't have
remember
moved
to
all
do
the way
it.
up to it, but
I'll just never easy.
I'll walk up to him and point blank him with a crossbow.
Will you
All right,
move
us-
Shadowheart so I don't have to walk around her?
Yeah. So run up here and
Don't waste a step.
Sacred Flame, the Commander Salt.
Nice. And you should probably use her like guiding bolts on him too if we get the chance. I think that's the only thing she starts with that does a lot of damage.
Yeah, she does have inflict wounds as well.
Oh, that's true. She could get up in a
Which
melee
is
and use
good.
that.
Should I have us chase down that other imp, or should I have us watch our backs?
That's such a funny sentence. Let us like maybe let us charge the devil guy to start, because I feel like us has a decent chance of hitting the devil guy.
Us does pretty good damage as well.
Yeah.
So
We can use like another guiding or not guiding bolt, whatever sacred flame,
any
like an arrow attack from Lae'zel or something to
not
finish
any ranged weapon.
the imp. Oh, nice, he hit him. Every time the Mind Flayer hits, it's a good thing.
Ignore the devil. We must take the transponder.
Use a ranged attack. I'm gonna try to hit the imp with the bow. We'll see if it kills him. Nope.
I'll take a shot at it as well.
Nice.
Push my luck again.
This guy, short sword, nothing useful.
Ready.
Charge
Here,
us.
try. Can I Thunderwave just him? I can't. He'll probably make a save, but at least it's automatic, guaranteed damage, even though it's only a little bit. Return there.
Yeah, try guiding bolt.
Nice.
Ooh, 17.
He might. Is he like? Let's examine. Does he take extra radiant? No.
Interesting.
Fire, lightning, and cold and poison are he's resistant to, as well as bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical. Lae'zel, can she get in
Yeah,
there?
gotta try anyway. And offhand.
Almost strike. Oh.
I won't give in.
That's over here, and
hopefully he hits the Mind Flayer a time or two more for whenever it
yeah.
inevitably turns on us.
Let's do base, of course.
Ooh, 20, nice.
For your spine
This
is
ship
mine.
hits the ground, we're dead.
Nice, crit.
For 8 damage, but
Still, we'll take it.
and then 2 in the offhand.
Ooh, I think Shillelagh technically makes. Does it make it magical? It does become magical.
It should, yeah.
It does. So Shillelagh actually deals full damage to him. That's sweet.
Out of spell slots. Take a flip.
Sweet. This is. He's already at 37. Yeah. This is one of the best fights against this guy I think I've been a part of.
Yeah,
He's already super low.
in my solo games, this fight has never gone well.
Hopefully the Mind Flayer will finish him off before he turns on us. Oh, man. Because if we can kill both of them, get the XP from both, that'd be sweet.
Okay.
Nice.
You are no longer required.
Right.
Never a dull moment.
Uh-oh. Help us.
Help us. Jesus. Can I... Will I get attack opportunity if I do that? I will. Sheesh. Well, we'll see which one of us he kills. Ah, us. Which one of us? He chose us. We also need to run away, because we cannot kill these things as well. We could have us tank in the back line for us a little bit. We could try
Yeah,
to
but he
finish this guy off
really
first.
can't take very many hits. So that was a good couple hits there. Yeah, and then I ruined the streak.
I'll let Lazelle take the attack opportunity. We'll actually have us move away from the Mind Flayer and take the attack opportunity, like move him back, maybe, and then he can at least absorb around from the encroaching devils. Or he'll just die. Well, he took an attack.
It's die,
opportunity.
but at least he can't. Yeah.
Hurry, before they strike.
Charge on in there.
Ready to fight. Let's go.
Okay, that's okay. That's also bad, but if I move a little bit farther away, since he can't. Yeah, slightly better.
Ooh, nice. Can I hit? No, I cannot.
I mean, he might just kill one of us on his turn.
I'm gonna move away. I could, if you can move. Well, you already ended your turn.
Yeah, I can.
You could unend.
Oh,
it.
apparently I'm trying, but it won't let me.
Huh. I guess we'll see. Shadow Heart. Not to end hers. I mean, we should be able to finish him off with a ranged attack.
Yeah, I'll
He'll
just probably
just
go down.
you first. Oh, he missed.
Oh,
That's
ah.
big. Did you already loot the general
I
guy?
did.
Okay, sweet.
Snagged his sword and his scale mail.
Nice. Although with our current party plan, none of us are going to be in heavy armor.
No, but we can always, once again just solid.
That's true.
Ah, Lord is mine. Loot. A pearl. Useless. Flee.
Sometimes the only way out is through. Another step forward.
Doesn't have a ranged weapon, so let's just try and sacred claim this in. Well, never mind.
Let's dash in here. Get some attacks for doing it. they coming.
At least they're dashing and not flying.
That's true. They weren't quite close enough to use fly, apparently, which is very good.
Can't even catch my breath.
I mean, if one of your characters could finish off the imp before we click that, I will get like a couple more experience. Not that that's super relevant. Hey, huzzah! And then do you have enough move left to hit the transponder? Or should
I mean, it's telling me I can.
The helm's alien transponder. You've made it in time.
It's just much less interesting when it's not one of our characters.
Yeah, I guess I should have just clicked on it. I didn't realize you had ended your turn. But, whatever. Shadowheart could get the glory for a cutscene. She's probably not going to be in our party for a super long time. We could also keep that heavy armor and give it to Lae'zel as whenever we get her for a little while. Because I have a feeling we're going to get her a good bit before we get another frontliner to replace her in our party.
Right.
And then her really good medium armor we can send over to me, and I could look ridiculous in it.
I do wonder how anybody else would look at Lae'zel's half plate.
It is medium armor, so I am proficient. I will look ridiculous, but it will be good armor for me.
Why am I watching this cutscene with your character?
I don't know. I guess because it's my lobby, I get the cutscene. I don't know.
He just got beamed in the head with a brick.
That he did. And peacefully we float to the bottom.
It's the first time I've ever seen that cutscene render out properly. Normally my character just is like T-posing through it the whole way for some reason.
Are you still watching my character right now? Out of
No,
curiosity?
my character is now standing up.
Okay.
As you wake, the tadpole squirms in your skull. The chaos of the crash site
Let's get a
confuses the
lay of the
landscape.
land.
You'll need to find a settlement or landmark, and you'll need to do it quickly. The tadpole is a death sentence, and the clock is ticking. You need a cure.
Indeed, we do need a cure. We also need to level up. But first things first, I am going to cast the Long Strider Ritual right now. So that I'm faster while I'm thinking of it. And then we'll level up, because now I get to be the actual type of druid I want to be. Hooray!
Let's find out what happens when I'm multi-class into Bard.
Circle of Spores. Make it
Even though I really
one
want to take a second level in Rogue just so I can get
Just get cutting
cutting
action.
action.
I also get my range damage now. I get the Bone Chill cantrip for the type of druid I'm being. It's not going to stop me from charging into the fray every time, but
Friends cantrip.
there
And
you go. And you
mage
don't.
hand.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and you don't have to worry about guidance since I already have it, which is nice.
Healing word. Let's do cure
Keep all the other
wounds.
spells the same for now.
Heroism.
and just take the
Let's
two.
do Thunder Wave.
The really cool
Gives
thing.
me some
I
healing.
think,
That gives me some battlefield control.
about,
That gives me damage.
this druid is that their Halo of Spores is a reaction that you can do on your turn, so you can just like always use your reaction. Means that if you had other reaction stuff like attacks opportunity, I won't really be making because I'll always be using my Halo of Spores, but still.
Do you think it's better for me to have 2 healing spells or 2 damaging spells? Because I could take healing word as well, and then get people up from range, and it's a bonus action.
I have Healing Word and Goodberry.
Okay, because I have
healing.
cure wounds.
And Goodberry makes 4 D4 healing items. So out of combat healing, Goodberry will be pretty good for us.
Okay, I might leave Dissonant Whispers on then,
Okay.
just to have another damage option.
We need to find you an instrument.
Well, let me choose a starting instrument, but it hasn't appeared on my character, so. And I get 1 more skill proficiency, which is cool. I suppose Intimidation's not bad. I could also do, like, Perception or something, but... Or, like, Arcana, or Religion,
Maybe
or
one of the
Investigation.
intelligence
One of
skills
those would
could be
not
useful.
be bad.
I mean, do you see yourself wanting to use the intimidation option very often with this character?
Potentially, but I could always... If we know we're going into somewhere where we want to intimidate, we could just let you do it.
That's true. Although I think you and I will have the same bonus to it. I'm proficient,
Right.
but I'm not charismatic, so.
Arcana. That's fun.
How about Arcana? That's a neat trick. And actually, you'll just be better at intimidation than me because you'll get a +1 of it from Jack of all trades.
Is that at first level or second level? I can never remember.
I don't remember either. I think
Oh,
it's
look.
second, first? I don't remember.
I've magically found a violin.
What a classy instrument. If only there was an emote option I could dance to this.
I know. Ah, good morning, madam.
You're
I'm
right.
like twice her size.
How is this possible? The Divine tend to keep their interventions close to the chest. Though, I suppose it's not impossible.
A good bardic response.
First things first, we need supplies, shelter, and most of all, a healer. We might have escaped, but we still have these little monsters in our heads. We need each other, and we both know what's at stake. Can't think of better company.
No, this is where we part ways.
One thing, just before we go,
Wonder how many people have ever taken that option.
I wanted to thank you again for freeing me.
It'd be
It would have been all too easy
maybe
for
on
you
the
to
lowest
run right
difficulty you
past
can
my
make it
pod,
all the way through this game
but you didn't.
solo, like truly solo,
remember.
but that
Yeah.
would be really
Lead the way.
hard.
That'd be an interesting playthrough to try.
Just barbarian rage your way through every problem.
Oh, you want to level her up too?
Oh yeah, perfect. Good idea. I tend with the companion to just kind of do the default level up, unless like I want to change out what spells I get. But
How does this look on me? Oh, that looks
Afflicting,
amazing on me.
Guiding
That's
Bolt, Healing Word, Shield of Faith, and Cure Wounds seem pretty good for prepared spells.
yeah. I think in one of my playthroughs I did re-stat Shadowheart and change her from being a Trickery Cleric, because I still feel like I get a lot of great use out of the Trickery Cleric abilities. Howdy.
That is quite. I did not know there were wizards' hats in this game, and I am disappointed to never have found one before.
I think it's perfect for my crazy old coot. Ooh. Alright.
Oh, Druid leather armor. That's pretty cool looking. The scale mail is medium, and it is just a benefit over, or a boost over Shadowheart's medium. It's +1 to AC if we want to just stick her in it.
Is she able to use that? Isn't...
Yeah, it's scale mail is medium.
Oh.
Never a dull.
I want to be
Unless you
greedy
want
and
it.
take it for myself. But,
Well, if you want it, then
I mean, we're not going to keep her around for long. Let's just give it to me.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of my reasoning as well.
Yeah, because my Druid Leather is just a 11 AC. Does look a bit goofy, but, you know, it is what it is. Everyone kind of looks goofy early levels in this game.
Need to let a dog into my room.
Hey, Bard, what do you think of this rendition of Bard Dance? It's like a little kid
I like that it
practicing with
gives
his
you.
recorder.
I like that it gives you the poor performance tag.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just unequip that
Alright.
flute and send it to you in case you want to mix up your performance at some point.
I mean, even that song's not even very interesting on the violin.
Just has a big build-up. There it goes. Sounds like you're just like playing scales. Okay, there it goes. Now it's quite good.
Now it's quick.
Yeah, I like that. All right, that's enough for now.
Sure to go over here and loot all these bodies.
I think so.
Looks like it. Should go loot the backpack on the end of the dock.
I think that's where I found. Oh, I don't know if I did the one on the end of the dock. Do you
One
wanna...
gold piece, 1 bottle of water, and 2 red apples.
You'll probably get use out of a dagger.
I might, yes.
More of those wretched
And
things.
gold fisher. Just
We
has a
got
perfumed
more
leather.
spooky brains over here.
That's gold. Fish. 4 gold.
You could probably pick the lock and we could like sneak our way into that area, but I think we should gather our party before we go in there.
I don't even know if you can pick that lock, can you?
I think you can. I don't want to get lit on fire, but I want to search this thing. Okay. Well, I suppose here we go.
Ah,
Damn.
they spotted me. And I set myself slightly on fire.
Better stay back.
Then I can move up
One
close to him
strike
before you
would be
attack, so
lethal.
you can get sneak attack. Just let
I don't
me,
have an action, so this round it doesn't matter.
activate my symbiotic entity. So that gives me extra poison damage when I thwack you. Oh, it's my action to do that. But I can do my Halo of Spores. Dang.
what an animation.
Shillelagh. Hopefully these guys just have to dash up and we don't get too many attacks coming our way.
Sixes. Damage.
Yay, it had to dash too. Good. And it chose to attack you. Great.
Of course.
Good stuff
As
all
per
around.
usual. Let's attack melee. This one. Excellent.
Whack this guy. Some bonus damages.
Over here. Okay, and he's dead.
Sorry,
And
sorry.
on fire once more.
Are you able to move over to the other one? Do you have enough movement to get over to him? With your offhand? I'll throw one of these on you.
Thanks. Critical miss.
You fight well. Perhaps our survival isn't such a distant prospect.
Our survival is guaranteed. It's just what we have to do along the way to.
Ooh, rapier. I will send that your way.
I can't dual wield with it, but at least I will look dashing.
Which is, of course, the most important aspect of any good bard.
Mm-hmm. Could drop my AC by one and wear these robes instead, but I won't.
You could.
Stick with what I remember for now.
So we can keep searching about. I kind of vote that we just like. Do we even like let Asterion join the party? Or do we just tell? I mean, we can just go get Gale without having to fight anybody. I think so. We could just tell Asterion
you-
to like wait in camp.
Yeah, you can also get to Gale by going back the other direction. You can totally never recruit Asterion if you want. He'll just stand here, presumably the whole game.
I'm gonna go over to. Who knows? There might be something over here. Again, full transparency. We have played the first act of this, both of us, fairly thoroughly and know quite a few little things. I'm sure we've not even gotten through half of what's possible to find.
Nice view.
Oh, I failed the nature check. Nope, this is just a normal rock. Nothing
Coming
to see
along.
here.
I think the last game, or in my solo game, I think it was Shadowheart that actually managed to make that check. So.
Nice view.
Nope.
She walked over here and said, "Nice view."
Fine, Asterion. You can join the party to come look at this rock for us.
Gale would probably be a better option, though, wouldn't he?
Probably. Do we just leave Asterion sitting over here? Never interact with him?
Totally up to you.
I don't know. I don't want Asterion. I mean, I don't know. I feel like if there's anyone watching this, they might revolt. Asterion is actually a very popular companion. Let's have him in camp, just for the option of talking with him and stuff.
Hurry. I've got one of those brain things
You
caught
just want to get bit.
in the grass. You can kill it, can't you?
I
Like you
look
killed the
so
others?
unimpressed. Kill it yourself. You look
An
I-
awful.
I-
offering for a
I-
kind soul. Well, not to worry. I saw you on the ship, strutting about whilst I was trapped in that pod. What did you and those tentacled freaks do to me?
Put the knife away and maybe we
I
can
haven't
talk.
done anything to you yet.
You know what? Yeah, this guy pulled a knife on me. I don't like being threatened.
You arrogant little...
Your mind twists. You're looking out of unfamiliar eyes.
That is a
prowling
pretty sweet
dark,
hat.
busy streets. You try to hold the memory, but it fades to the worm. The light, the fear.
What was that? What's going on? I'm not an idiot. It has to be those tentacled monsters. Something they did. They took you too. I saw it during whatever just happened. And to think,
You were
I
about
was
to
ready
try.
to decorate the ground with your innards. Apologies.
If you saw me get taken, then why are you blaming or threatening me as being one of them? You better have more than just
I'm
apologies.
out of wine and flowers, so I hope an introduction will suffice. My name's Astarion. I was in Baldur's Gate when those beasts snatched me.
I am not a Baldurian. I am just...
The strong and silent type.
I did the same thing with my
Please
last
tell
character
me
as well.
You at least know something about
I
these
love that.
worms. Turn us into... Of course it'll turn me into a monster. What else did I expect? Although, it hasn't happened yet. If we can find an expert, someone that can control these things, there might still be time. Well, yes, of course. But first things first.
Yeah, you should travel with me so you can go look at this
I
rock.
was ready to go this alone. But maybe sticking with the herd.
Come with me,
Isn't
Pale
such
Elf.
a
I need
bad
your help.
idea.
Look at this rock.
And
What do you see?
seem
Nothing?
like a useful
Damn.
person
Damn.
to
To
know.
camp with you.
All right. I accept. Lead on.
I guess I'll level him up really quickly since it's literally just saying continue because he's a rogue. Accept. Alright, Astarion.
Hope this ends well.
And he failed.
Nice view.
Alright.
Hello. What can I do for you?
I need you to stay in camp for a while.
Darling, I'm hurt. I thought we had something special.
Yes.
Please just stay
I
in the
don't wanna
camp.
do that.
Do you know where...
No, we tried.
You're right. An injured mind flayer. Better just shoot it from back here.
Dead goblins over there. Worth checking for supplies, maybe.
Do you want a scimitar? Are you going to use scimitars?
Probably not. I don't think they're... I'm probably not even proficient at them, anyway.
What's going on with that room? Looks unstable.
Let's find out.
Approach the sigil on the stone. Magic glitters and swirls from it erratically, as if malfunctioning. It looks slightly dangerous.
Step back. I'm a wizard.
As you can tell from the hat, I am
Yep.
a wizard.
A hand? Anyone?
I will use my magic to soothe the portal. Did you already use Bardic Inspiration on me, or is it just showing up as something you could use in this situation?
I could use it.
Okay.
Like, I haven't used Bardic Inspiration, but I could.
Whatever you're doing is working wonders. Now a quick little pull should do the trick.
I could cast it on you.
Not necessary at this point, but I was just wondering if it was something that I had on me already.
I wonder if the option for it requires me to be listening to the conversation.
Probably, because I don't think I can choose to do it. I think you have to choose to add it on to me.
Right.
Hello. I'm Gale of Waterdeep. Apologies. Usually better at this. A bit shocked, but friend, it's a relief and a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Say, but I know you, don't I? In a manner of speaking. You were on the Norse Lloyd as well.
I was,
I can
yes.
only assume you too were on the receiving end of a rather unwelcome insertion in the ocular region.
Couldn't have phrased it more repellently myself.
No use sugarcoating it, is there? The insertee we speak of, this parasite, are you aware that after a period of excruciating gestation, it will turn us into mind flayers? It's a process known as ceramorphosis, and let me
I feel like they
assure
had
you,
this voice
it is
actor
to be
re-record
avoided.
this line from the early access
You don't
version,
happen to be a
because he
cleric
used to
by
say
any
a very
chance, do you?
similar line to that, but it was much
Doctor?
more like
Surgeon?
know-it-all-y.
Uncannily adroit with a knitting
I
needle.
wasn't super into Gale at first when I was playing like the early access version, because he was very like a process called ceramorphosis, and like very like, I don't know, like the way he was talking was very like speaking down to you when you first met him. And I feel like it's different now and more.
And I, didn't play it all during early access, and like, so I've only been super impressed with the writing and the voice acting. Like, Gale
Not
is
exactly a common
such an
affliction.
endearing
We're most
character
certainly going
just
to need
because
a
of the way
healer,
he's written.
and
Yeah.
soon, too.
Um,
How about we lend each other a
like,
helping hand once
he's
more
just,
and look for a healer
like,
together?
Gale feels like the main character of this story, just because
Most
of
excellent. Parasite
the way
shared is
he's, just because of the way he's written.
halved, or something to that effect.
I love that
Before you
line
think
so
you're about to
much.
embark on a journey with most ill-mannered a man, thank you for pulling me out of that stone. It was an act of foresighted kindness, I assure you. I have the feeling ample opportunities will present themselves for me to return the favor.
Alright. What kind of wizard do we have Gale be?
I mean, evocation's pretty great, just so you can drop nukes on the party, and
It's kind of a simple option.
It
But it's
is.
probably the one I'm going for. It's just really good.
the conjuration's also cool. At least at higher levels, conjuration could be.
I'm already going to kind of be a
really
summoner with
sweet.
all the undead. So I feel like maybe making him just a blaster caster will be good.
Well, and I assume will that ability for him to warp area of effects around allies, will that count for your summons?
Probably.
Because you just swarming the battlefield with summons and then him just still being able to blow up all the enemies could be really sweet.
That could be pretty good. He does not need grease. I already have Thunder Wave. We'll do this for your spells. Maybe. I guess for now we'll keep Mage Armor, but the thing is, Gale is a human too, and so he can wear light armor. And he can ritual cast this.
Oh, I guess I didn't know that Gale can wear light armor.
Yeah, you can put him in light armor, and you can let him use a shield too.
Well, my thief senses tell me that if we continue down this road a little ways, we might be able to find several sets of light armor just laying around. Nobody wearing them.
Before we do, I think we might
Nobody
want
we
to
care
go
about.
up this little path to the left here, and maybe replace Shadowheart with Frontline Heavy.
you want to?
You
Do you
want
want
to
me to handle this conversation?
I mean, you should. Well, real quick, have Shadowheart heal you. Because we're going to get rid of her anyways. We can burn her spell slots.
Callous. Excuse me, what seems to be the problem, gentlemen and gentlewoman? Oh, yellow. She's hardly yellow. I'd really describe it as a lightish green, if anything.
And if it escapes, how will you? Oh, a guest.
What gave it away? The lightish green comment?
In response to the prisoner's white, hot stare. Her lips don't move, yet you hear her voice.
Get rid of them.
Oh.
Ooh, just failed.
Did you have the option to cast guidance there?
I did. I didn't do it.
I should have. I should have. I shouldn't have just.
Yeah, you just had to slow down with the checks.
I'm not leaving this
so I can
field
cast
for
it.
the stranger.
Kill them.
Persuasion.
All right.
Now
that
we're
didn't
talking.
work. Let's try this one.
Also, you can cast friends.
That's true. I need to remember to do that.
Yeah.
Excuse me, DM. Does a 22 beat the check?
Hells, this isn't worth it. I'm out of here.
I like the idea that.
Get me down.
I like the idea that he wasn't like.
Never.
I like the idea that tiefling wasn't convinced by me. He just got annoyed by me constantly. Just like he's just gonna keep saying really weird, ridiculous things. So if we don't leave, that'll do.
The tadpole hasn't yet scrambled all your senses. Auspicious.
Don't know why she's
But
talking
the
to me.
longer we wait, the more it consumes. My people possess the cure for this infection. I must find a creche. You
Excuse
will
me,
join
madam.
me. You may as well suggest a wyvern bow to worms.
I went to talk to Shadowheart to tell her to wait at camp, and the first thing she said was they say you can't get blood from a stone, but apparently you can get a wizard from one.
You are full up.
Gale seems
Dismiss your
interesting.
weakest warrior.
You're doing this separately for now. I'll see you whenever we camp. I'm sure.
If we, would you
That was
rather be in control of Gale
sassy.
or Lae'zel?
Probably Lae'zel. I feel like you just have a much deeper understanding of the spellcasting, spellcasting in D&D in general, but
Okay.
like the mechanics of this game to the point where I think you will make better use of Gale.
That'll be fun too, because then you can have one of. I'm kind of a frontliner. Gale's absolutely a backliner. Lae'zel or whoever we have in her spot will probably be a frontliner, and you're not really a backliner, but you're more like support and kind of ranged or melee damage. So then we get a good variety of play style too between the two characters. Although Gale will hopelessly throw himself at me for all of our good deeds.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, I should be listening.
My
to this.
people possess the cure for this infection. I must find a creche. You will join me.
And what exactly is a creche?
It is many things. A hatchery, a training grounds, a shelter. Githyanki protocol is clear. When infected with a Gaith tadpole, we must report to Augusto for purification.
You are throwing around a lot of words, lady.
You may as well suggest a wyvern bow to worms. The cure I offer will suffice as
thanks.
thanks.
Nice words, nice kind words.
You have made an ally from
All right.
Kalir.
You could follow me
Few know
around
such
for
fortune.
a few minutes
Call
at
me
least.
Lae'zel. Come. The Horned Ones mentioned a camp. One there, this Zoru, has seen Githyanki. A creche must be near. We will ask this Zoru where he has seen my kin.
And now we can level her up, which is also just saying continue or accept or whatever.
Yeah, especially with fighters.
Fighter at level 2 is just Action Surge, which is great. Don't get me wrong, Action Surge is great. But that's all it is.
it's one of those abilities that just gets better
Mhm.
over the course of playing D&D.
Now, there are some ruins we could go search. I think nearby.
Another step forward.
Might as well. I learned recently that if you're smart about this, like, fight, like, not necessarily this outside fight, but the one inside in particular, you can just, like, really take them on just one at a time. Um,
That's a friendly looking shadow.
I would like to.
stealth option isn't.
I'd
Careful,
like to-
Gale may get caught
Oh.
here.
You!
Yep.
Not another step!
Forgot
hear
to
me?
unlink. Oops.
Boss! Got company up here!
They walked right past where I was hiding.
This thing? Trying to creep around us and loot the crypt? Not happening. Or is it the ship you're after? Don't matter either way. It's ours. All of it.
Well, I meant no harm. I'm just looking around.
First you look, then you touch, then you take. The only thing we're sharing with you is our pointy ends. Get him!
Well, at least it teleported them all up here, which was really nice. For the sake of... Dang.
Wasn't able to sneak in.
Well, Lae'zel still might be able to. Can I angle them? I still have a bonus to my melee stuff. From this.
Sneak attack.
Nice. Dang, that missed. Oh, I didn't cast Shillelagh first. I'm gonna have to get used to playing this character. Ooh, almost max damage on that. And turn. Ah. Heck his eyes! Shoot the wizard, of course. Oh, you made the same.
Why do I have Shadow Heart's Mysterious Artifact in my inventory?
I think you have to have it on your person for certain parts of the game, so it like teleports to you. Oh, you're gonna have her help.
Not enough. Not enough movement, apparently.
He can help.
Let's place it up next to this guy, so he can't go anywhere.
Very well.
Why can't I? Can't you? Oh, I'm dazed, so I don't get reactions, so I can't use my Halo
Not
spores.
Not a
Interesting.
fan of being put to sleep there, madam. Ah, missed.
So I'll start making my way over to her very slowly. Sheesh. You need to stop playing rogues in these games. They auto-target the rogue every time.
I know. Well, that's that problem solved.
Just be in position there for some ranged attacks.
Can't slow down.
I'm sure she'll be dead by the time I get up here, but hey, we'll try our best. There we go.
No one's stopped me yet.
Oh, a set of leather armor. I'll just send it straight to Gale. Do you need a shield?
I do. I would take one for me and one for Gale, if you can find them.
Light armor or?
Shield for Gale. The human feature gives them shield proficiency too.
Interesting. There was just one up here, but I'm sure we can find another one.
I've got a long road ahead.
Around.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's one somewhere around here. Not into the grasping vines. Well, at the doorway to this strange set of ruins, that might be a decent place to stop our first episode. I think that
is probably true.
We're probably
Got
about the hour and a half mark here of recording. We kind of have the initial party gathered and a quest set before us.
Adjustments will be made.
Adjustments will be made probably to get rid of individuals who are particularly grouchy. But for the time being, those particularly grouchy individuals will make for a good helper in the front line, so we'll keep her around. A good question I kind of want to throw out here for anyone who's watching this and has gotten to this point of the video, is this about the episode length people want to see? I feel like an hour and a half-ish per episode is pretty reasonable. It's enough to get a good bit, but not like super long. So it's
it's definitely it would definitely be hard with this game to do a lot of short episodes because there would be a lot of episodes.
I'm thinking in the like 1 to 2 hour range per episode, just somewhere in that. Kind of trying to be somewhere in the middle is probably pretty reasonable. But if you feel differently, please throw a comment down about what sort of episodic length you would hope for. And next episode, we will dive into these ruins and see who and what waits for us inside. Thank you everybody for watching, and we will see you in the next episode.